That doesn't sound too good, Mr. Goffin. But if you give me a few minutes, I'll see if I can figure out what's going wrong with your sink.
Oh, Mr. Goffin's my dad. I'm Jeremy.
Oh, I'm Dan. But doesn't that make you Mr. Goffin?
Yes, technically that's true.
Oh, good, because sometimes I don't get it when it's too technical.
Okay. Well, I'll let you get to it, Dan. Let me know if there's anything you need. Tonight is the finale of our epic adventure game where we finally get to raid the lair of Cardicius and that's too technical.
Oh, Jeremy, you'll never believe it.
You don't believe this guy.
Vaughn's not coming. We're totally screwed.
What? Not coming? Why the heck not?
He says he has a girlfriend now, and that she's more important than this stupid game.
What blasphemous slander. How could any mere mortal possibly hold more importance than the finale of our grand quest?
He said that their physical connection was more satisfying than the time we defeated the sorcerer Mortifice and relinquished his hold on the Sapphire Lands.
Look, the fact of the matter is that he ditched us in our most desperate hour of need. Von Van Stiergarten had left us to die.
What are we gonna do? Dan? You good?
Yep. It was the friction gasket.
That's it! Dan can take over for Vaughn and we can complete the quest.
The plumber, Jeremy? Really?
Has he ever even played Quest of Quests?
I'm guessing not. He's certainly not the sharpest tack in the box.
Sharp as tack? He doesn't need his tools to play the game, Jeremy.
I mean, the lights are on. I don't know if anyone's necessarily home.
Well, we are home. We're in your house, Jeremy. Oh! Did you mean you wanted to dim the lights for effect? It was like that one time I was at my grandma's place and she let me watch Lords of the Black Order or something. And then she wanted to dim the lights and it made a really creepy vibe and we had
No, Greggy. What Jeremy means is that he might not be playing the full deck.
Wait, he has his own deck? Even if he has half a deck, he could still technically play. Hey, Dan, you're cool with me.
We may have a couple of trees short of a forest here, but I don't think we have a choice if we want to finish our quest.
I guess you're right.
You, Dan, are the only one who can pick up the crumbling pieces of the once shining mantle of our alchemist and lead us to victory. On the twisted road of the screaming Bahophistides, you, Dan, must choose the path that speaks to you the loudest and most true. When the farthest journey seems only a stone's throw away, but the Mother Oak warns you that you should...
Jeremy, you're acting a few bales short of a wagon load. Dan, we need you to join us for what could be the greatest quest of your entire life.
The stakes are high.
The hour is nigh.
I just want to go home and have a beer.
Wait, we have beer. We have beer at the house, right?
Well, it belongs to my parents. But
Well, if this quest involves beer, I'll think about it.
all right, heroes. Time for roll call.
Moralia, the warrior. Present.
Gregolius, the mage, ready for action.
Von Maximus? The alchemist?
No, Dan, that was Vaughn's name.
It's okay, Mira. Vaughn has forsaken his character anyway.
No, I don't want to hear that name ever again. Makes me sick.
I agree. That traitorous name should no longer be used at this table.
Well, yes. It would make sense for Dan to choose a new name, but still continue as alchemist for quest continuity. So Dan, what shall your character name be for this most important of conclusive quests? Darian? Luthien? Travarius? Dragonthorn.
Just Dan's okay.
No, just Dan is not okay, Dan. It was like that one time we were going through the Isles of Fiddlegrim, and, we came across this huge bridge with a gigantic, disgusting troll. Okay, not that trolls are disgusting in general. I just, you have to be careful about what you say nowadays. But my point was that, this troll was huge, and then, it was kind of nasty to look at, and his breath.
Greggy, your point. Dan's name?
Right. It's just that if you come across a troll guard, if you say just Dan, it's not even gonna think you're a threat. If you don't even come up with a decent lie.
And so this journey doesn't take us until tomorrow morning? Let's just do that and move on. Our three heroes awaken from their evening slumber to an odd noise coming from behind a nearby boulder. As they jump to their feet in anticipation, they find that it's only a small bunny making its way back to its burrow. As dawn breaks on their way to the castle, they find a crying child on their path. Heroes, what do you do?
Oh, I asked the child what's bothering him.
Roll for initiative. Dan slips and accidentally performs a roundhouse kick, knocking the child unconscious.
Why would I do that?
Because you rolled a 1, Dan. That's how it works. Since the child is knocked out unconscious, our heroes move to the castle. This is it, heroes. We finally arrived at the lair of Cardicius the Destroyer. 6 elven lords stand guard.
6? We can't handle all of that! Seriously, Jeremy, that's a death trap?
It's okay, guys. I'll use my potion of sacrifice.
But Moralia, if you roll a 10 or higher, it could be lethal.
Don't worry, Gregalius. This is what must be done.
Moralia makes the ultimate sacrifice. But we move on to Caudicius himself.
Yeah, Cardicius the Destroyer, you're going down.
You're damn right he is. We will avenge you, Moralia.
We enter the lair. Caudicius becomes angry. It literally rains fire from above, while simultaneously filling the room with lava from the outside. What do, heroes?
I use my wand of wonderment so I can distract Cardicius the Destroyer, and Dan can deliver a finishing blow.
Are you sure about this, Gregalius? It could mean certain death if you were to be discovered.
I have full faith in his abilities.
Dan, just Dan, the alchemist. What do you do?
I use my ultimate ability. Death Plunge.
Dan, are you positive? If you don't roll a perfect 20, I can't guarantee your fate.
I'm not just positive. I'm an alchemist.
Well, heroes, Gregalius the Mage was discovered by a stealth elven guard when Dan's plunge blasted the Wand of Wonderment into bits. And of course our warrior, Moralia, was lost along the way. However, we conclude our quest as just Dan, the alchemist, stands at the mouth of Cardicius' lair, holding his plunge weapon above his head in infinite, glorious victory. The quest reward. By the gods, Dan, you've earned it.
The Orb of Infinite Ale?
I died for unlimited beer? Okay. I can live with that.
Hells yes! All right, Dan.
So Dan, same time next week?
In a land full of wonder and surprise, where great treasures abound, you'll find excitement and mystery at every turn. Will you answer the call to Quest? Quest of Quests, the game. Calling all knights and warriors, queens and sorcerers, pirates, bards and kings, a quest awaits. Each playthrough is unique, each roll of the die a challenge. Looking for a duel? A brush with magic, perhaps? Does your future hold a date with destiny? Your journey begins here.
Let's storm the castle. I got my battle axe.
I've got spells at the ready.
Amateurs, I'm gonna take out the guards with my deafening scream of fury.
When I have a leaky pipe, I know who to call. Peter's Plumbing. They fix it every time.
PP gets the job done.
Good. You've arrived. And not alone, it seems.
This is my buddy Jim from work. He's my ride.
What's up? Beer's on me tonight.
I don't partake myself, but I'm sure my parents will be pleased. Welcome, Jim. Now, if we could please gather around, we may begin. Heroes. Jim. Today, we come together to celebrate the victory on our campaign and to mourn the lives of our fallen as we send them on to the final realm. Gregalius the Mage, your heroism and random acts of kindness ensure that you were loved by all. When you single-handedly chased down that elven thief in the town of Helion, we were all so proud to call you friend. But your life was cut short, as the lair of Cardisius proved too powerful even for you. But rest easy now, Gregalius, as your shoulders have been freed of the burden of others, eternally. Moralia the warrior, there was not a man alive who could look your way without trembling in their boots. You were a fighter, a strategist, and a friend. Through your sacrifice, our heroes were able to crush the minions of Cardisius and continue to defeat him once and for all. Without you, all heroes would have failed before ever stepping foot into the chamber of the demon god. We thank you for giving your life for the good of the realm. Which leads me to our final goodbye. When Just Dan the Alchemist first joined our group, our heroes were not sure of their feelings towards him. He kicked children and accidentally broke Gregalius' second favorite weapon. But in our most desperate hour, Dan came to our rescue. It was he who metaphorically walked right up to Cardisius, reached into his chest, and pulled out the dark, oozing organ that was most likely his heart, crushing it with his bare hands. Dan, you do with this character what you will. Retire him, and he will live out the rest of his life in peace and riches. Or should you decide to keep him, he will continue on to the next campaign where more glory awaits.
I didn't know I had a choice. But this character wasn't really me to begin with. I retire.
Well thought out, Dan. And so, once the flame dissipates, so too will the souls of our fallen heroes as they transition into the final realm. Dan, if you would please bury them with the others and put their stories to rest. Something wrong, Dan?
Well, I'm having a hard time seeing the point of all this. You spend weeks on your adventures, completing quests and getting stronger. Then you die and lose everything you work for.
Yes. Sometimes heroes are lost along the way. But it's the lives they touched, the stories they made, that live on in this world forever.
I guess I never felt that strong of a commitment to anything.
Tell me, Dan, do you regret your decision?
No. No, I don't.
Then let us leave our heroes to their rest, so that we may start anew and become even better than we were before.
Fluffy? Hector?
Fluffy, a valiant dragon rider. Hector was my cat.
It's really not that hard of a concept to grasp. You see this stack of cards? These are class cards. You pick a card, and then that class is yours for the duration of the campaign or until you die.
So you can pick any card you want?
No! For the love of... Are you even paying attention? It's random.
What if you get a card you don't want?
Then you deal with it. But they're all pretty cool and unique, so it's...
Yeah, no thanks. This all just seems very childish.
But
Listen, I'm not going to argue with a child over a child's game. Dan, are we done?
Dan still has to pick his class and finish the introductory quest.
Are you a part of all this?
Well... Yeah, I used to feel the same way you did, but after a couple of beers, it's actually a great game.
You know what? Don't even bother coming to work tomorrow.
Well, that was a very mean man.
Sorry, guys. I guess I lost him.
What do you mean, lost him?
While you guys were finishing up outside, I got a quest alert.
A what?
It was from the Quest Bureau. They send messages about the Quest Fair and events and... Oh man, like this one time we got this quest alert and it was about this emergency meeting because some of the higher ups got mixed up in...
Quest Bureau? Quest Fair?
The Quest Fair is what we look forward to all year. It's where players can go and participate in Quest of Quest activities, learn archery, create costume pieces, shop the marketplace, and teams can register and compete in the Quest Fair tournament.
And, like I just said, I got a quest alert.
And?
The Bureau changed its rules this year. We must have 5 players in order to enter the Quest Fair tournament.
5 players?
That's why I was going to ask Jim. I mean, he was standing right here, but I guess he's not interested.
So you want me to play in the tournament?
Oh, they serve ale. Just saying.
It's really nothing to worry about right now. Next week we can make up some flyers and figure this out.
Yeah, all right. I guess it's time for roll call. We pick our new characters now, right?
Just leave the funny stuff to me, Dan.
If we're all locked in and ready to go, all right, heroes, it's time for roll call.
Does that mean you... Everyone, bow down to your new quest lord.
I am Gregnon, Bard.
What's a bard?
A storyteller of sorts. A man of rhyme and song.
Okay.
I'm Sir Jeramore, scholar.
Okay, moving on.
My name is...
It's okay to take your time, Dan.
Yeah, It's only like the most important part of your entire campaign in Quest of Quests. Once you pick your name, you can't go back.
I got it. I'm Dan the Lion.
Dandelion, like the weed?
I'm pretty sure dandelions are flowers, Greggy.
Actually, dandelions are meadow herbs. Dan? Are you sure?
Dan is good. Dan the Crusader.
A Crusader card? When did we acquire such an item?
Oh, it's just a little bonus I picked up a few months ago. It's been in the deck that whole time. I'm glad someone finally picked it up.
Is it really good?
Yes, Dan! The Crusader has an extremely advanced morality mechanic that gives them certain skills depending on the choices they make, as well as having a lot of friends at the very top of almost every faction.
Friends at the top? Sounds like my kind of man.
Dad! Oh, we were just, playing our game.
Right, son, your little game. I hope you're winning. I see you've recruited another player, and he's a bounty drinker as well.
Dad, this is Dan.
Good man, Dan. Gerald Goffin, attorney at law. Justice, power, success. I'm thinking you can go for another beer. Why don't you join me in the kitchen?
There he goes again, ruining the game. My friends. You remember he started palling around with Vaughn right before he left us? Why can't I just have something that's mine? Let's just start the game and catch Dan up once my dad quits holding him hostage.
Our journey begins in a seemingly abandoned tavern on the outskirts of the Seventh Realm.
Looking to build your next project? All the Way Construction gets the job done from start to finish. We have experience where it counts. We work hard so you don't have to. No job too big, no job too small. At All the Way Construction, we'll take you
Dan says he's on the way. While we wait, have either of you had any thoughts on who we can add to the team for the quest fair?
What about Scott from high school and his girlfriend Mandy? They used to play, right?
Well, I already called Scott, and unfortunately he and Mandy are married. I have 2 kids and responsibilities now.
Well, I was going to post some of those flyers I made last week, but when I got home, they weren't in my bag. Maybe I left them here? Well, if we find them, maybe we could all post those around.
It's open.
Hey guys, where's my cold one?
It's in the fridge.
Why are you staring at me?
Wow, Dan, looking sharp.
Dude, did you join the Men in Black or something?
Nah, Mr. Goffin. Well, you know, we really hit it off last week. So he offered to give me a trial at the law firm.
My dad gave you a job?
Yeah, he said I seem like the type of guy that has initiative.
You have initiative?
Yeah, that's what he said. And that's a respectable quality. Do you know your dad's office overlooks a bar?
You were inside my dad's office? I've never even been inside his office.
Oh, well you should, man. Great view. I'm gonna go get a beer.
My dad said initiative's the thing I lack. Come in?
Hi, I'm here for your fantasy roleplay game.
Is this a friend of yours, Dan?
Oh, good. You made it. I'm Dan, and this is the team.
Whoa, I didn't realize there'd be a whole team.
Oh, that's how the game's played.
Oh, I like games.
What's going on, Dan? Who is this?
Oh, how rude of me. What's your name, miss?
Whatever you want it to be, cowboy.
Okay. I think you must have the wrong idea.
But it says here you're looking for a fantasy roleplay position. I can play any position you need.
Right, I'm sure you can, miss. I apologize, but the position's no longer available, so I'm gonna need you to go now before my parents get here.
What? Well, I saw the flyers in Mira's bag last week, and I didn't want her to have to do everything, so I took the initiative of passing them around.
Thank you, by the way, but where exactly did you post the flyers?
Well, first I took some copies at the firm, and I gave them to some of Mr. Goffman's employees at work. I figure if they work there, then they probably have an initiative too.
That's good thinking, Dan. I can see why Jeremy's dad hired you.
So that lady was from Mr. Goffin's law firm?
Oh no, probably not. During my break, I went next door to buy a beer. I realized that everybody in the bar would probably have more time than the lawyers, so I posted them there.
Inside the bar?
Yeah, and the bartender said she knew some really fun people that would definitely be into role play. So I gave the rest to her to pass around.
Wow, that's great luck. I guess she has initiative too.
Come in.
Who's down for the fantasy? You? I know you are. Yeah.
Well, I think we have a lot of options.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think any of them even know what Quest of Quests is.
It's just like the flyer says, fantasy role-play game. It took me a while, but I got it.
Maybe I didn't word that exactly how I should have.
I think we really need an experienced player if we want to compete at the Quest Fair. Go away! We're good here. Thanks. Just go away, okay?
Hi there. I know you said to go away, but if you just give me a chance, I'm Gina. Well, Galadria, the scoundrel. I've been playing QOQ for...
Wait. Did you say QOQ? As in Quest of Quests?
Yes. That is what the flyer's all about, right? QOQ, fantasy roleplay game. What else?
Well,
like I was saying, I've been playing QOQ for about 10 years, up until recently, my teammates had to disband. But I never miss a year to see the Quest Fair Queen. And then I saw your ad, and I knew it was Kismet.
Yeah, Kismet. Like that one time I was walking home from school and this truck driver just splashed a puddle all over my face and my clothes and I was soaking wet. And they're actually the clothes that my grandma got me for Christmas last year. So.
Greggy, Kismet is like fate. Like being in the right place at the right time.
Like I was at the exact right place for the splash.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that does make sense.
Remember the last time we had a scoundrel on our team? Their mechanic is literally hurting their teammates in order to get ahead. Remind you of anyone?
I don't think we have another choice. Well, the unicorn is still here.
well, since you're here, Gina, why don't you take a seat? We're about to start a game.
All right.
Yes. All right. So, who's ready to roll?
Justice, power, success. Words to live by. Hello, I'm Gerald J. Goffin, attorney at law. When it comes to justice, I believe everyone deserves a fair deal. When it comes to power, I do what it takes to get my clients what they're asking for. When it comes to success, there's no other option. If you're looking for the best lawyer, look no further. Gerald J. Goffin, attorney at law. #winning.
Oh, Dan.
Did my dad let you go?
Apparently, when it comes to beer and break time, I have too much initiative.
I got you, buddy.
And then this one time, I was rushed by this huge elf. He must have been like 8 feet tall. He had a huge bow staff.
They all turn their heads to the eerie tavern entrance as they hear the doors ruffle.
And the wind in the trees stands still for what seems like ages as I prepare a potion.
Do we have any more beer?
But I know that if we all join forces, those goblin lords will be no match.
There's this one time at the overnight adventure club I used to go to in
They
Sirius.
come together from different parts of the world to meet their mysterious but very wealthy contact.
Hey guys, I could use another beer.
I feel confident that we can find a spell among my books to sway it for our benefit.
No exaggeration, this counselor was like, "This isn't a game, it's real life. Get out in nature and explore."
They move along the river's edge without a word. Even the birds don't ruffle, and the wind.
Our companion Galatians has a dragon, tame as it is.
That never stopped anyone from answering his rallying cry.
This crazy winged dog creature thing. Oh, and there was this one time.
Cool and all, but does the tavern have more ale? I need to recharge.
As you enter the mouth of the cavern, you see a small flicker of light up ahead. Gregnon, since you are solo on this square, it is up to you to explore. What do you do?
I used free bard. All in, no holding back.
Well, I could assist, just in case you needed it.
Yes, you can, Galadriel, but you have to share a tile in order to play a notoriety card.
I believe it's fine so long as Galadria is adjacent to Gregnon.
Adjacent is not the same as sharing a tile. And since
Well, if you read the actual card, the fine print says you can.
if she wants to assist a teammate on a totally different square and not lose notoriety.
I don't think you understand how that card is used.
Well, I don't think you remember who's Quest Lord right now.
Well, if the quest lord would just take a minute
Okay, I'm all the way on the other side of the board. What if we use Divine Strike to break the tension?
You can't do that, Dan. You can't use Divine Strike unless you're on the same space as me because the...
Okay, I got it, Greg, now.
It was like one time I was going up against a whole bunch of goblins. It was stupid, but what happened was they had a bunch of great stats, and I kept rolling these terrible rolls, and what happened was I only had like +2 modifiers, and they had like...
Greggy, I think he gets it. But hey, you know what? For this game, I got your back. So let's do this, yeah? Hey, Miss Questlord, what do you think? Should I roll for it?
Yes, Galadria. You can use your D8 to see if your assist sticks.
Yeah, it was a good roll.
And with that, team, we head to the hidden dungeon of the Furies and leave our adventure there until next time. As we have some business to attend to.
All right, compadres. We face a huge decision. Maybe our most significant one yet. Now that we're learning to work cohesively as a true team, all differences aside, the question is, who will lead our team at the Quest Fair tournament?
You know what'd be really good in these situations? Vaughn. He'd know what to do.
Right you are, young bard. Vaughn could lead himself a battle.
So who's going to do it now?
Well, technically, you are Quest Lord.
I'm aware of my role. You know Quest Lord is not team leader. Quest Lord controls the game. If we're going to enter the Quest Fair tournament, we need to have a competent team leader. Or else...
Mira's right.
I think Jeremy should lead the battle.
I agree.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
If it shall be, so be it.
Yeah, buddy. How do we make it official?
Come in? Vaughn?
What up, winches? And who might you be, good sir?
I am Dan. I am the Crusader.
The Crusader, you say? Really, a total noob is playing the Crusader. Well, that's interesting. And how are you, my former love?
How dare you show up around here after the way you left us?
Dare? Dare you say all I do is dare? Dare is my middle name.
Your middle name is Neil.
Silence!
Hey! You do not get to talk to him like that anymore. You're not in charge.
Oh, and who is in charge, my former love? Really? Jeremy? You're the leader.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, that's interesting. I just thought I'd see what all the fuss was about when I noticed some interesting people gathered around that little flyer you had outside of a local drinking establishment. Well, maybe it was the desperation in the wording, and, well, of course, I recognized the address, but naturally I thought I'd head on down and see the, well, end result for myself. La fille que j'aimerai sera comme un bon vin, qui est bon fira, un Jacques que Martin. Initiative. It's all about having confidence. Am I right, buddy? So long, plebs. I bid you adieu.
He knows us, inside and out.
Our weaknesses, our strengths.
Our desires, wants.
Fears.
Think you could get me another beer? I'm out.